Hello and welcome to What the Shakespeare, where today in the studio we're looking at the second half of Act 2, Scene 4 of Romeo and Juliet.
Where the nurse comes in to check the suitability of Romeo as a suitor for her Juliet. Checking his credentials out. Credentials! Gin. We're in a right, so we're now into the nurse and Peter coming in. And Peter being the slightly dim servant who couldn't read the invitation in an earlier scene.
So the nurse and Romeo have spoken to each other at Mass, so they don't know what each other looks like. So the nurse is coming, looking for Romeo, obviously doesn't recognise him, and he doesn't recognise her either.
Try and find out, and she's clearly found some Montague men. That's what she's found somebody because she knows he's a Montague. So she's trying to find the right dude, basically. And Mercutio and Romeo are quite rude, especially Mercutio.
That's surprised me.
Let's get it going. So the nurse comes in, and Peter is in tow.
Peter is in tow.
And Mercutio says, here's goodly gear. Here's some good.
Well, she's all dressed up still.
In her ball dress.
I think no one's gone to bed this evening. Everyone's just still out and sorting everything out.
And Mercutio says, a sail. And you're like, what on earth is he talking about? Well, sail is potentially another word for prostitute.
So she's all dressed up to the nines.
Yeah. So in the morning. So that's a bit odd. So she looks a bit like a prostitute. And then Benvolio says, two, a shirt and a smock. A male and a female. So he's talking about the nurse and Peter. Oh. Yes. Peter's a bit dim, really. Peter! Yes, and not my fan, Peter. And then Mercutio says, good Peter. Hide her face, for her fan is the fairer face.
She's not much to look at, according to Mercutio, which is a little harsh, I think.
A bit harsh, yeah. Bit naughty. A fair gentlewoman. I mean, it depends on how you want to play it, really. How rude is he? How sarcastic is he? How much barb has he got on his lines here?
Well, I think we know he's got quite a bit.
Quite a bit of barb.
Well, we also know it says, God ye gooden, fair gentlewoman. So we know that it's no longer the morning and we're now into the afternoon. Yep. So this is toing and froing has been going on for several hours.
Oh my God.
By the looks of it.
Is it good then? It's taken her that long to find him. Is it the afternoon? Yes, it bloody well is, you maniac. Yeah. Yes. It's no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
There he goes again.
He goes again stop. With the cock jokes. Oh, real. Yes. Out upon you, what a man are you? Well, Romeo's straight in there. Well, he's not your normal kind of man, is this lad? Just point that out. And potentially Romeo is saying that God has made Mercutio slightly randy.
Slightly? It's putting it mildly.
Can you tell me, says the nurse, where I may find the young Romeo? Because, of course, she doesn't know what he looks like.
Nope.
Yeah, Romeo says, well, yeah, I can, but Romeo will be older when you found him than when you sought him, because it's like a little bit of time since last night, basically. I'm a bit older now, so it's not the same Romeo, because I'm like 12 hours older.
And he's also a changed man.
Yeah.
Sort of mentally as well, in this journey of love, he's a very different man than he was.
Not the same fella that I was last night before I went to the party. And then she says, well, you speak well. You speak proper posh, you are, so you must be like somebody posh.
I think she's quite pleased with that. Yeah. She wants to make sure he's not some scoundrel.
Yeah, so the nurse says, if you be he, sir, I desire some confidence. That's not filthy. That's her just saying, I want to have a word with you in private. So,
Benvolio jokes saying she will invite him to come to some supper, as in she's going to invite him up for a cup of coffee.
You'd like to come up to mine for a cup of coffee? Oh, and Mercutio's like, aboard, naughty cow, filthy whore. So, and then Mercutio's all over some naughty banter here. So no hare, sir, unless a hare, sir, in a Lenten pie that is something stale and whore ere it be sent. And then he sings a very, very rude song, which has, let's see, how many words of whore? Whore, meat, hare and whore, score, whore, Yeah, and then you come to your dad's for dinner later on.
Well, yeah,
So
we're bored now. We're going.
Lots and lots of references to whore, blatantly fired straight at the
And the
nurse.
poor nurse.
Poor old
Bless
nurse.
her.
Constantly called a
Quite sorry
whore
for her.
in a slightly roundabout kind of way. So she couldn't possibly say, "You're definitely calling me a whore, aren't you?" But he definitely is calling her a whore. Yeah. Anyway, they go off.
They go.
And you say,
For their
farewell, ancient lady. And you may well note that the word ancient in Shakespeare's time potentially meant whorish lady. Anyway, there you go.
So then the nurse goes on to say, "See you later," and then turns to Romeo and goes, basically, who was that?
Who's that?
Who is
knobhead?
this guy?
Who's
He's
that
an
cop?
idiot.
He's a gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk. Yeah. And we'll speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month. He will talk more about shagging than he will
Ever
shag.
have any?
Yeah.
It's all talk.
Yeah, and the nurse says, yeah, well, and he's a bit of a dickhead, basically. So if see, I'll have none of his skeins mates, his dickhead mates. I'll have none of that. Nor will I suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I will not be taken the mick out of. I will not be spoken to like that.
But I've got a job to do here, so I'll take it for just now, but I won't take it next time.
She's got fighting.
So, she says, a word with you, sir, a word. Now,
she says, "I'm very vexed, and part of me quivers, Scurvy Knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out." So she's gone to find out who this Romeo is, what his intentions are in relation to Juliet.
And to make sure that he's not a fool's paradise.
He's not leading her into
He's
one.
not leading her into a fool's paradise, and that he's not straight. He's definitely straight. She wants to find out that, and she's
not going to double deal on her.
Yeah, double deal with her. Say marry her and then leg it, or marry her and then
sleep with a man,
sleep with a bloke.
Because that wouldn't be fair to her because she's so young and innocent.
Yeah, there's loads and loads of references here to the potential that the nurse thinks that he might be gay because he hangs around with gay people.
He does.
Yeah, so.
Fair play.
So, but the nurse isn't listening to it because he says, "I'm not that. I'll do it properly." And the nurse goes, rabbits on, and he says, "Oi,
how will you do it?
You're not listening to me, you lunatic. I will be the man. I will tell her to get to blooming church this afternoon and meet at Friar Lawrence's cell, where she will be shagged." And married.
And then he tries to pay her off, doesn't he?
And she says, "Get out of it. I'm not taking any pennies for you." And then she says, "So this afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there." Well, good.
Great.
Good. Here's the good bit. "Behind the abbey wall, within this hour, my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair, a rope ladder, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. I will get right up that ladder when Juliet turns up, and I will sort her out.
I will sort her out. I will do the business so you know that I am not gay.
Right? I'm definitely straight, and I'm definitely going to marry her.
And I definitely want to be with her.
Yes. And then she's, "Now God in heaven bless thee." Oh my God. It's a bit
She's
rude.
very pleased, though.
"What sayest thou now, my dear nurse?" "Well," she says, "wow." First of all, is your man secret? Is he good at keeping a secret? Because basically, 2 might keep a secret, 3 might keep a secret. If 2 of them are dead. Basically, that's what she's.
Are we safe? Is this going to happen? Yeah. Are we in any danger if this does happen?
Then she says, "Hang on a minute, mate, because you've got a bit of trouble here because you've got Paris is on the
got some
go.
Competition, mate.
And Paris has already laid his knife on the board, which is a bit like when you're on holiday and the Germans go down early to put down their towels on all the sunbeds and stuff to book a sunbed. Paris has already put his knife on the board.
He's staked his claim.
So you've got to be careful. And that she's been told to kind of get him really her interested in Paris, and she keeps on balking at it. "Oh no, don't like Paris. He's a proper loser." So anyway, she keeps on talking about it now. Are you Romeo and like linked to Rosemary, which is the 2 R's and stuff, and there's all this stuff.
Well, it's used in church as well. So are you a holy man or are you a Not holy man,
man.
an arseman.
Ah, and she nearly says the word arse, and in the original,
She stops herself, doesn't she?
in the original accent at the time, with it arse would have sounded a bit like are you an arse man, or are you a rosemary man? Are you going to marry her, or are you going to
Do the dirty.
do the dirty, basically?
And that's it. And everyone leaves.
And then everyone leaves.
Everyone's happy.
Peter gets told to crack on and carry a freaking fan. Because he's like a fan.